The next thing we need to do is find these points, the coordinates of the photograph itself, so that we can find the dimensions eventually, this dimension times this dimension, to be 54. Well, how can we find the coordinates of this point? We can start from A, and from A we would go this distance here. How much is that distance there? Well, we look right up there. Remember, always horizontal first, S. And then we would go vertical, and that's 2 times S. So in order to get to this point, we need to define S. So our next step is define S. Now, S is what changes. So we're defining S. It changes. And in Geogebra, something that changes is what we make into our slider. So S is going to be our slider. And in order to define a slider, we need a minimum value and a maximum value and an increment. Well, this is a real problem, so S definitely cannot be negative, so it starts from 0, let's say. And let's not worry exactly how much it can be at maximum. Let's say, can it be bigger than 10? And if it needs to be bigger than 10, we'll make it bigger later. So just for starters, we'll go from 0 to 10, and we'll use an increment. I think we should probably not use 1 because it doesn't look very good. We'll use 0, 1, that's the default, 0, 1. And if we need to, we'll make this smaller. If we need to, we'll make this bigger or smaller. But this is a good start. So we're going to define our slider from 0 to 10, 0, 1. Now can we find the coordinates of this point? What should we name it? Well, it's going to depend on A, so why don't we call it A1. So capital A1 is equal to A plus, it's because we're starting from A, and we've gone S on the horizontal to the right, and we've gone 2 times S up, so that's also positive, 2 times S. So let's see if we, A1 is A plus S and 2 times S. So what point should we use to define this point here? We can't start from A because we don't know this distance. That's what we're trying to find out. But we can start from B and go back, so that's minus S, and then go up, so that's 2 times S up. So we can find this point here using B. So what should we call it? B1. So B1 is equal to B plus, then what did we do? We went left, so that's minus S. We went back, and then we went up again, so that's 2 times S. Okay. So what do you think we should do for this one? What should we call it? It's going to depend on C, because we can go back, we can find that distance, that's minus S, and we can go down, we can find that, it's minus 2. So this is going to be C1. C1 is C plus, and now let's see what we get. From C, where do we go? We go, starting at C, we go this direction, and that's minus S because we've gone to the left, and then we go down, so this is minus 2 times S. So minus S minus 2 times S from C. And the last one is D1. D1. And so D1 equals D plus, and how do we get from D to D1? So what are we doing? We start at D, and we're going to the right. So is that a positive or a negative? Since it's going to the right, that means it's positive. But now we're going down here, so that's minus 2 times S. So we have S minus 2 times S. And then we'll make sure that they look right when we draw them, right? So then we'll know if they're right. And So with that, we can make this polygon, which is the polygon we actually want to measure. Now let's make this a little bit smaller so we can fit in our polygon. So the last thing is step 11 to make a polygon from A1, B1, C1, D1 back to A1. A1, B1, C1, D1, and then back to A1. And then this will change with our slider S. So we will try to get 54 square inches on this polygon by changing S. Okay, let's move it into GeoGebra.